Hello.
Hi!
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. I say we're back as if we've gone anywhere, but we have stayed in our flat ever since the last one because we are in another national lockdown. The three-peat. Cue Chicago Bulls music.
Alright, that's cool. Yeah, so it's been a little minute since we last recorded a podcast.
It has been.
It has been, I believe, 10 days, which is not
10
great.
whole days. Quite the hiatus.
A lot has happened since our last podcast.
Yeah. Life
you had
events.
your birthday. Happy belated. We already celebrated. What do we do to celebrate your birthday? I made you an amazing cake.
You did. You did make a very good cake.
What else did I do to
It
celebrate
was in the
your birthday?
shape of a rugby ball,
Mm.
which I was very impressed with.
It was fantastic. Took me,
Yeah.
2 days to make?
I'm glad you told me it was a cake, so I didn't accidentally drop kick across the street. That would have been awkward.
Sure.
But
What
no.
else do we do on your birthday?
You made me
A lasagna.
a lasagna. Yeah, come on, the lasagna.
Let's throw out another shout out to the Albert's Deli because we went ham on some sandwiches.
Oh yeah, get some chicken clubs
That
in our
was great.
lives.
I'm excited because it's my birthday this coming Sunday, and you better believe we are having lunch from the Alberts.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Wall-to-wall sandwiches.
I mean, we could go all sandwiches. I don't know if we need that many.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was it a good birthday? Was it a bad birthday?
It was a different birthday. Obviously.
You're first in lockdown. You
My
didn't have
first,
one
yeah,
lockdown last year.
because we were still able to do things and live our lives last
I
year.
mean, we're still living our lives.
So yeah, no, it was good actually. I
We
enjoyed
spent
it.
a lot of time on FaceTime with your fam. That was nice.
Yeah, I spoke to the fam. My parents had sent me up a shipment of my favourite
Shipment.
beer from down in Wiltshire. So that eased it, and my rugby team Bath played that evening. So what more can I ask for? Well, I could have asked them to bloody win, but what can you do? So yeah, it was a quite
What else?
pleasant birthday, really.
Good. I'm glad. Glad you're here. Glad you're alive. Good work,
Yeah,
Ian and Liz.
I've survived 28 years.
Nobody cares.
Well
how
done,
old
me.
you are.
Still going.
What else has happened? We had our anniversary in lockdown.
Yeah.
That was really weird for me because I don't usually look back to this day in my photos on my phone because I take a couple of photos pretty much every day of just random shit. I took a photo of the cookie I ate earlier today. I don't know, whatever.
Cookie.
Whatever, I don't know. I just have this bad habit. Just whatever I'm doing, and then
Document.
normally I post on Instagram and nobody gives a shit, but whatever.
Who knows? There might be someone who's living for those updates.
Can you just listen? Oh my god, you're so excited today. We need to do the podcast more often. So yeah, anyways, I was looking at my phone the other day and I saw that on our anniversary last year, I didn't realize, I guess I forgot, but last year that was the day I took you to Stockholm.
Yes.
Because I was on a mission to visit 30 countries before I turned 30. And I did it, and that was our final trip.
That was it.
No, to be honest, it wasn't my last airplane trip. I went to France in February last year, but for work.
Oh yeah, I was like, why
For work.
wasn't I invited?
You go everywhere with me
did
and
you
my
have
darling.
secret romantic trip to Paris without me?
Yeah.
By yourself? Bit
By
of self-care?
Stop it. I did that a couple of years ago over Thanksgiving. But anyways, yeah. So I was looking through the photos, and it was such a good trip, and it's just so crazy to think that was a year ago.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was absolutely nuts.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But this year it was, we had it in lockdown and on a Monday. So, I mean, it was never going to be the absolute highlight of the anniversary.
It was kind of sad, wasn't it? We
Time,
you got me a card, which is really sweet. I totally just was we're packing it in. We're not doing anything this year. And it was really sweet of you.
Well, me, Captain Romance. And we got a big curry, and I ate so much my stomach hurt. Still Captain Romance.
You ate so much your stomach hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not get into the details of your stomach hurt. I don't think anyone wants to hear any of that.
Yeah. No. especially the aftermath.
But happy 4 years.
4 years. 4 years of my face and your face. Has it been good?
It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been real.
It's been a good time. It's just weird. I don't know. Oh, crazy.
Time flies when you're having fun, eh? Yeah?
I was going to make that really rude.
Right?
Yeah, so happy anniversary to us. It's been great. What else has happened since then? I'm not going to show you. I wrote like a couple of things down that I wanted to talk about.
So you're making me kind of remember.
No. You know what these are, and
do you remember?
we explicitly said we weren't going to talk about stuff like this on the podcast, but I don't care because this stuff has like taken over my life in the past week or two. The first one, what do you think it is?
I don't know. Tell me. Enlighten me.
You know what it is. You're going to know when I tell you.
Is this the thing you've been talking about all week about?
No, that's another one.
Okay, hit
the
me.
first one is the Hilaria Baldwin thing.
Haven't we talked about this already?
I don't know. Did we talk about it? I just can't stop.
Maybe we did.
And I just really think that she just must have like phoned in and like had somebody break the news about Armie Hammer being a cannibal because that has like totally diverted all attention. And I used to be so not so embarrassed, but I used to like try and like hide the fact that I like super love celebrity gossip, and I am just leaning into it so hard this week because Armie Hammer being a cannibal is like I can't cope with this, and I think it is just like the news I didn't know I really needed.
So when you first said this, I was like, "Who's Armie Hammer?" So for
you know
any listeners,
everybody knows.
Yeah, what's he in? He's an actor, right?
Call Me by Your Name.
Is he in anything else? Call Me by Your Name. Call Me by Your Name. Does he call you Melissa?
Don't know. No, Call Me by Your Name. So it's like you calling yourself Melissa.
So Armie Hammer's in a film and he calls himself Ben. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he
So essentially, he's a cannibal, or wants to be a cannibal.
He wants to suck your blood. No, it's vampires.
Yeah, you're wrong. He wants to eat you. I mean, I've read you like quite a lot of these like text or DMs or whatever it was. There are screenshots all over the internet. They're pretty gross.
When you say DMs, it sounds like he's like texting you, DMing you. I want to eat you.
Not to me. But yeah, I read you a bunch of them, but you haven't read all of them, and like they're pretty graphic and they're pretty like. Look, I'm not here to judge, but like, what the hell?
I'm just really weirded out that like, cause isn't he like texting his like
slave or whatever
kink buddy?
I think
sex
there are a couple
person.
of them.
I don't get how someone reads a DM going, I want to like, what was it like? I want to eat
your heart. Cut your toe off and like carry a piece of you around with me all the time.
Or like cut your heart out and eat it.
No, he said that he had done that already. He's like, I've cut the heart out of a living animal and eaten it while it's still hot or something.
How do these people be like, I'm still going to get over. It's probably fine to fall asleep around this person. I probably won't wake up with a hole in my chest.
Well, one of the things I was reading about yesterday, and this is all from the Instagram account, Not Skinny But Not Fat. She's great. She's like the funniest person alive. Yeah. But she's been covering all of this like quite in depth. No, and I can't.
She's Johnny on the spot.
I can't look away. It's so great. But I don't remember if it was her or all of like the spider like link accounts that she like reposts from. But somebody was saying that like when they met up with him one time, he ignored like their safe words and stuff, and like, oh, it's just so bad. Like, I don't really understand how any of that stuff works, but like, pretty sure that's the whole point of having a safe word, that you don't like ignore it and just like.
Well, you know, he is the army. He's just going to invade.
I saw something that was like, there was like his PR team being like, oh no, we'll blame it on his twin brother, Navy Hammer. Like, oh, it's so stupid.
RAF Hammer.
Oh my god, but they haven't said anything yet. And his ex-wife or like wife that he's separated from, estranged wife, is not being like, oh my god, I can't believe it, he's a monster. I had no idea. Like, of course you fucking
will. I mean, like, what do you say? Like, surely, I mean, if I was him, you're just like, okay, ostrich, head in the sand, let's wait until someone else does something
No,
stupid.
I feel like
Like, you can't, like, what can you say that's going to make people be like, oh, it's fine, you're that sort of cannibal, it's alright.
well, I saw something that like people were defending him by being like, well, he very clearly says he wants to eat her, not that he would eat her, like that he's turned on by the idea of being a cannibal, not that he actually is a cannibal. And I was like, I don't understand the difference. Like, I understand, like, in theory there's a difference there, but like.
I feel like if I go up to someone and say I want to murder them, that's still intent to murder. That's not like.
It's just it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. And if you aren't following this saga, I mean, please just give yourself this gift. Like, it's just ridiculous.
The gift of Army Hannibal.
Well, I saw something else, I think again posted by Not Skinny Not Fat, saying that he was apparently supposed to be starring in a movie with J-Lo. And, like, he is so fired. Like, they're already looking for a replacement.
Bye.
But, like, I don't know. If you were his PR team, would you just not say anything? Or would you just be like, oh, no, somebody hacked his phone? No, because he can't say that. Sorry, I'm going to, like, answer the question myself. Because they are, like, photos that he sent of himself, like, choking himself and stuff. And, like, photos of, like, his hand with, like, his specific weird tattoo on his ring finger. Idiot.
You've got into this a lot, haven't you?
Dude, I mean, I wasn't feeling well last night, so I was, like, in bed quite early, watching TV and mostly reading this on my phone.
Let's face it, we're in lockdown. We've got time to explore these things.
Yeah. I don't feel bad about it.
Get involved.
I just think it's fascinating, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Like, honestly, I thought Hilaria Baldwin was going to be, like, the highlight of January, and, like, it just keeps getting better.
Goss, the sequel.
Well, and I don't think we want to get into the details too much, but then, of course, there's, like, the saga of everything going on back in the U.S. Nightmare fuel.
It's going to be fun. To impeach or not to impeach?
I mean, let's not go
kind of like Deal or No Deal, but more depressing.
Well, at least...
And without Noel Edmonds to kind of guide us all nicely through it.
I don't know who that is, but at least the Hilaria Baldwin and Armie Hammer stuff, like, that doesn't really impact the lives of 9 bazillion trillion people.
Until you get Armie Hammer on your front door.
Stop.
and here's what you feel.
I just don't know. I don't know. What would you do? What would you have done if I had been sending people, like, those kinds of messages while we were together? I swear to God, I'm not.
I mean, there'd be several concerns.
Yeah.
I think it's probably too much to go into.
Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. Guys, send us some emails. Let us know what you think. Do you think it's true? Because I do. I 1,000% believe it. I don't care if it's fake. I'm going to believe it forever.
Yeah.
Who comes up with this stuff? Like,
well,
no one's just gonna, like, make this up out of the blue and like, fake all these messages.
And he probably, I believe he would get away with saying it to them, because he's quite a dishy bloke.
He's not ugly.
Yeah.
He's also, like, 6'5".
I'd let him have a little nibble.
Ew. Ew, that's so gross.
Yeah, not anything important. Maybe.
Not anything important. What, like your elbow?
You
got a lot of spare skin on your elbow.
Yeah.
You could part with a bit of that.
little chomp on your little finger or something.
So, what you're saying is you're into, like, male cannibals.
Just to be clear.
That's a wish
I'm going to refute that.
When he turns up tomorrow, banging on our door, it's COVID, you can't come in.
What else has been going on?
I don't know. I don't think anything else has been going on, honestly.
Well, I have something I'm keen to discuss with you.
Well.
And bearing in mind when we started the podcast, one of the things we said we were going to discuss was UK-US differences. I got thinking this week, and I'll tell you for why.
But we've been talking about that, like, from the start, so...
Yeah.
Oh, just closed all my circles on my Apple Watch.
Very proud of you. I'll tell you why I got thinking this week. I was thinking
you
about...
had nothing better to do?
Because I was thinking about the situation of all the kids being homeschooled, and I started thinking about education, and then I started thinking how crazy it was to me when I first found out how American education works.
What do you mean?
So, I don't think you probably won't, because you went through American education, and this is, like, normal to you, this probably won't, but it blew my mind when I found out in, like, sixth form, when you're, like, 17, 18, you still study, like, all the subjects, and then you don't have to specialise when you go to university. You can, like, choose your major when you're there.
Yeah, you
Which is
can
nuts.
choose your major. Well, I
Which
mean,
is
you
so
can
different to
declare
here.
your major like when you apply to schools. Like, you do have that option.
Yeah.
But most, I don't know, to be honest, I want to say most schools, you don't have to. Like, I'm pretty sure when I went to JMU, I said from the start I was going to be a marketing major. I didn't change my major at all. I was going to do a double major at one point before I took a semester off from school because I hated my freshman year. But yeah.
Well, it's just weird. Like, I mean, when you're 18,
Yeah.
how many subjects do you do?
I don't know, like all of them. When you're 18, you go to university.
Well, when you're 17, 18.
So when you're in high
year of
school, when
yeah,
you're in high
last
school,
year
no,
of
you're
high
doing.
school.
So I would have done my senior year of high school. I would have done some kind of math. I don't remember, honors, something stupid with. Oh, I had the worst teacher. She was such a mean lady.
If you're listening, mean lady, email us.
I don't remember her name. I did AP Psych, so psychology. I did AP US Government and Politics. I did one other AP class. What was it? I don't remember.
But like,
And then I did a marketing class. I did some kind of a science class. I don't recall which one. I don't know.
but can you choose, or do you have to do everything?
You have to do like the core subjects. You have to have like science and math, history. What's the other one?
English.
English. Oh yeah, it was AP English that I did. My teacher hated me so much. I always used to cut class because she was so mean and scary. But she was obsessed with my older sister, so it was like the worst. Christina, you know who I'm talking about.
But that's so nuts because I mean, here obviously you get.
Oh yeah, and foreign language.
And a foreign language.
Yeah, I took Latin. I took Spanish. I also took French for a while.
Mm. So here, when you...
I can speak none of those languages anymore. Bonjour!
So here, up until the age of 16, well, when you're like 14, you narrow yourself down to like... Some people narrow themselves down to like 9... I think your mandatory is only 9 subjects at 14.
What do you mean 9 subjects?
9 subjects, like
what?
History, maths, English, language, English lit.
Oh, yeah, you've got like religion and stuff too. That's wild.
Religious studies, that stuff. So
you got an award in religious studies. Do you want to tell everyone again? Because I think you've told everyone before.
Got awarded a book.
A book.
A book.
Oh, okay.
In a water assembly. It was very fun.
I got
but here, obviously, yeah, you narrow down to like 9 subjects. You can do more. I think I did 10.
How do they schedule that? Like, what's your day like?
Just a normal school day, but like.
Do you do every class every day? Clearly not.
No, like it's scheduled through the week.
I don't remember how we scheduled this in school. I don't have a clue.
Yeah, I wasn't in charge of scheduling. I just got given a timetable.
Alright.
But there you have to have you have to do maths. You have to do English language. You can do English lit if you want to. But you have to do English language. Yeah.
Really?
I think it's that way around. And you have to do a science. When I was at school, you had to do a foreign language as well for GCSE. But
what did you do?
I did French.
You don't speak
French. I speak more Spanish than I do French. And I don't like.
You took French.
I took French.
Every day you learn something new.
I got an A in French.
Oh, I did so well in French I did French. In university. I didn't do it in high school. I did Spanish and Latin in high school.
Yeah. No, I tried to spark up the old French on a night out in Paris.
What?
To talk to when I was there to watch the rugby, and it was not there. I ended up speaking Spanish to people.
To be honest, I've considered, because my company's got an office in France. I should just go really rogue and hardcore learn French again in I don't know, 4 or 6 months, something at least the basics, and then just whip up at one of my monthly meetings that I run for everyone and just nail it in French. Yeah. It would be so great, but I'd probably not. I don't know.
But
I don't really have the time or the energy to do that. I have more important things to do, like Joe Wicks. Haha, you thought we wouldn't talk about it.
He's here again, creeping in. The point I was building to is that when you get to 17, 18, you cut down in the UK to only 3 subjects. Well, you can go down to 1.
0 subjects.
I think yeah.
I'm majoring in nothing.
Well, you can go off and do an apprenticeship or something like that. You want to do, but normally people do A levels. Normally the majority of people, I'd probably say, do A levels.
Okay.
And so I only studied 3 subjects.
What did you study?
history, politics, and geography.
It's really a shame you don't know anything about politics.
And then you have to choose. What are you saying?
I'm kidding. I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, you succeeded.
Oh, burn, sick burn.
And yeah, then you have to like pick your. Basically, you pick the one subject you're going to do at university when you're like 16, 17. You have to start
all your
like applying
classes are
stuff.
about that.
Well, no, because they wouldn't necessarily be. Like I studied, like geography was nothing to do with my degree.
No, but like when you.
So like you would pick like.
What?
So you're doing 3 or 4 subjects in A levels.
Okay.
You can't just go to university here without a subject. You have to pick one subject you're going to study.
I knew that. Yeah.
And then you have to qualify for the course and stuff like that. So
I think you can do that in the US, but I think it's like certain schools, most schools, and they have these, what are they called? I don't remember what they're called. But, oh shit, what are they called? I'm going to blank on this.
I don't know.
I know, but there's like a certain kind of school.
This is the point of this
Can
podcast.
you
You give me the US knowledge.
I can't think of what it's called. But they're like, it's not an independent school, but it's. I've got to Google it. I'm really sorry. It's going to take a second.
But it is.
But there are some. But can you just give me a second? Because this is very interesting. No, it's not. You tell me.
Yeah. While you're googling, it's interesting though. So obviously, I kind of prefer the way the US does it. Because I do think like
you can go to college like undeclared with your major.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's called liberal arts colleges. How stupid is that?
Liberal
but that
arts
like.
colleges.
They give you like a holistic like education is what I think it is. Like I think you do end up declaring a major there, but like I had this at JMU and it wasn't a liberal arts college, but like I went in, I think I was declared from the start. I don't think my older sister was in, she went to the same school as me, but you have like specific core class requirements, again, like in, I think it's history, math, science, English.
At college?
University, yeah. But then once you declare, you do have to, like, most of your classes are, like, I was a marketing major, so I, like, had to take, like, business classes. And they weren't all marketing classes, but, like, I obviously had, like, a heavy slant towards my business courses being marketing focused.
That's crazy, though. Like, I mean, obviously, like...
I almost majored in art history because I took that freshman year because I had to fulfill, like, an art credit or whatever, and I just, like, had the best teacher ever. I'm going to say his name, Charles Maddox, best teacher ever. I almost, like, totally went down that road. Remember how you made fun of me in, like, I think our first podcast about how much I loved art history?
Well, it was when I asked who your favourite artist was. Anyway, there was...
I love Turner, get over it.
Yeah. Can't tell me why, though.
Whatever, I'm not...
Doesn't matter.
Jesus Christ, why are there so many sirens going off? One day we'll get a podcast studio. Ben is so annoyed he wants to say something. Bad.
That is so crazy that you do like maths classes and things like that when it's nothing to do like the only people who do a maths class people who do maths. Well, it's not majors; it's your subject.
But
like,
it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, but it's like it's weird that like I think it's good that you can like change your major when you're getting. Because it is weird when you think about it that like you make a decision when you're like 16, 17, and like that has like a really tangible effect on like the jobs you can get in the future.
Yeah.
But that is odd. Well, you make decisions at like 14 about what GCSEs you're going to do. Like, for example...
I mean, your degree has nothing to do with what you're doing now, does it?
No, not at all. But also, like, the degree I did opened doors in some areas, but closed doors in others.
Oh, I see.
Like, you know, I couldn't come out of my degree and be like, I want to be a statistician. A statistician. A statistician. So like I don't know. I think it's good to like you in the US that you can go and like find your way a bit more in college and like changing your major is more of a thing.
Yeah, Christina changed her major. I think she was supposed to be psych when she started and then ended up with history.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe? I don't know. Mm-mm. I think. I don't know. I think it's alright. Would I have changed my major? Probably not. Because I did take a semester off. Just because I hated school the first year. It was like the worst year of my life. I was miserable. Well, I took a semester off and went back, and it was great.
Life was good.
Yeah, I guess. It's great.
You guess.
I don't know. Mixed reviews.
Mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Did you have something you wanted to discuss? No?
I already told you. I've run out of steam after my Army Hammer rant.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's really brought a peak and a trough for you this week. The Army Hammer
No,
trend.
I think I've been on a high from it all week because, like I said, it's just like the news I didn't know I really needed. Like, my birthday's on Sunday, and it can only get better from here. Like, he's gonna have to release a statement at some point.
Because it's your birthday.
No, because at some point he has to say something. His like, estranged wife has finally said something, like, today or something.
I love that.
So
it's
he, needs to. If he does it on my birthday, I'm gonna be so happy.
It's like, you know, when, like, you turn 100 in the UK, you get a letter from the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when it's my birthday, I want Army Hammer to release a statement.
I mean, let's be honest, I didn't really even know. I mean, I knew who he was, but, like, I didn't know anything about him prior to this. I knew who his ex.
This is literally the only thing I know about him.
Right?
We
did watch that movie, or at least I watched that movie.
No, you watched that movie. I walked in briefly.
Well, I've seen it. It was, I don't know, it was alright.
It happened. Some people love that movie.
I know, people really are into it, and I think it was I don't know, I don't really care enough to discuss this movie. It wasn't that great.
Yeah,
it was fine.
Yeah, the bit
10 out of 10,
I was kind of like,
watch again.
it's alright. Do you want a fun fact?
Yeah, I've got a fun fact, too.
I've got one too. Do you want to go first?
No, you can go first.
Oh, thank you. How
Because I feel bad, because I was shoddy before.
So.
Wait, what was the one thing I was going to say? I have another funny thing to tell you.
I don't know.
That's my fun fact. Watch it.
Is it funny?
No, not at all. But
Are you going to tell me?
I'm going to tell you.
Neither of these. It is not funny. They're not going to tell me. So, fun fact. It's a pandemic-related fun fact. Isn't that fun? Because we're in a pandemic.
Sorry, I don't hate to interrupt you. But do you remember when we were doing our, 3 times a week quizzes and Christina did a pandemic-focused, quiz?
Yeah. It was educational.
Was this a question from her quiz?
I don't think it was, but it was both interesting and a little bit educational for all those homeschooling your kids. Tune them in.
Okay.
For this specific fact, maybe not the Army Hammer cannibalism chat.
Yeah. Don't listen to that.
Yeah, Hollywood star and his kinks maybe won't go down so well with the kids. I don't think you can
call cannibalism a kink. That's really outside the boundaries of.
I don't know.
Like I said, I'm not here to judge, but I don't think that's a kink. I think that's a crime.
Against nature.
Against every single whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell us your fact.
So, the last major pandemic, what was it called? Can you remember? When was the last time the world was rocked by a pandemic?
Is it going to be something like mad cow disease?
No, it was Spanish flu was the last.
1911, right? 1907, 1917.
Getting warmer. In 1918.
Okay.
There it is. Fun fact about the Spanish flu.
Tell me.
Not Spanish. Not even a little bit Spanish.
I mean, that's people that are calling this the Chinese flu.
Yeah.
It's
the Hilaria Baldwin flu. Not Spanish.
I can't.
It's the reason we call it. I'll give you a minute.
Stop. I think that's the end of the podcast forever. I don't think anything will ever be that funny.
Are you saying I'm never going to be funnier than that? It's all downhill from here. Well, stay strapped in, listeners.
I don't think anything will be funnier than that in my whole life.
It's not Spanish. First ever case recorded. Where do you think it was?
Mumbai.
Kansas.
What?
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto. Well, we weren't because it spread. But first recorded case in Kansas. It's speculated could be from the US, could be from China, could be from Britain or France, but 100% not from Spain. The reason it's known as the Spanish flu is in 1918, obviously there was quite a major world event going on. There was a World War I cracking on. Okay. And the other countries it affected really badly, places like the US, Britain, France, etc., were all had heavy censorship of media and controlling the kind of tone of the time because the whole country was at war. While Spain wasn't. Spain was neutral.
So they were the only ones talking about it.
So they were the ones reporting about it and talking about it, and therefore it became known as the Hilaria Baldwin flu. The Spanish flu.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
Yeah, I thought I'd drop it in again in case I'd get an extra laugh.
I mean, that was really good. I really appreciate
that.
What's your fact? My fact isn't really funny, but it is in keeping with my previous facts about London and especially about Richmond.
Richmond. Okay.
Our fair corner of the world that we love
Upon Thames.
so much. As opposed to
Richmond, Virginia.
we're not in
There's
Virginia.
another Richmond up north, I
I
think.
know,
as well.
I saw it. It's not crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, in Richmond, there's a miraculous place that we love so much that we never go to, except for like maybe once every other month. What place is that?
Well, I thought I knew what you were talking
You know-
about,
you
but
know
we
what
go
it is.
we go to the Albert's Deli more than once a month.
We don't go there. They come to us via Deliveroo.
I thought you were saying they come to us because we have big deals. I
No.
wish.
But what's the other place? We go there sometimes.
We
not
go there?
often. Like we should go there.
The park?
Yeah, the park.
Richmond
So,
Park. Yeah.
Richmond Park is a wonderful place. It's a great, great place. It's huge.
Former Royal Park.
It's huge.
It's huge.
There's no bigger park. It's so great. Do your voice.
I don't know what my voice is.
Donald Trump voice.
Oh,
It's huge. I can't do it all.
Your voice was so off. I didn't even know what it You're like, yo, do your version. My version of what?
Come on, just say it.
I don't know. It's huge. Well, that was not close.
That
I
was
can't.
awful.
I feel. Yeah.
Stacked.
Yeah. What we found out
Anyway.
is this podcast is not all about the accents.
Alright, anyway, my fact about the park is in regards to its size.
Yeah.
I've told you this fact several times.
Okay.
And I
I'll
don't
try to
know
act
if you're
stunned.
going to remember. No, because I'm going to ask you. We're going to make it a quiz question.
Oh, quiz fact.
Richmond Park is how many times the size of Central Park? Or you could tell me how many times the size of Monaco it is.
Okay. Don't know the Monaco one.
Really?
I know.
That's the easier
I know it's much bigger than Central Park.
How many times the size of Central Park, roughly?
I'm trying to remember. What sort of. I
It's a
remember.
number.
I remember being surprised, but I can't remember how large I thought Central Park was, which doesn't
I mean,
help.
I don't have the total acreage to hand, but
I'm gonna go with 12.
12.
No. Are you shocked because it's high or shocked because it's low?
I don't know. Give me your final answer.
12.
No,
How much bigger?
it is 3 times the size of Central Park, but 5 times the city of Monaco.
So I was not
Not
close on
even-
either.
Not-
That's-
I know you tried.
when you said but for Monaco, I thought you'd be like, no, it's all right. You were thinking of the Monaco one. I wasn't thinking the
Bye.
Monaco one.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Well,
I think
I have only been to Central Park once in
So-
my defence. So,
Yeah, but Monaco. Have you ever been to Monaco?
I think I went when I was like a small child.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
Um,
We're going at some point. We were supposed to go last May. We might go this May. Probably not. Love you, Dad. Sorry. Bye.
Hopefully.
Anyway, what was I
I
going to
know
tell
it's
you?
a tax haven.
So I think that might be an independent study project that I do in the coming weeks. It's just like more info on Monaco because I find it really interesting. And my dear sister Christina has been like hounding the Trashy Divorces Facebook group, being like, "We have to cover the royal family of Monaco. I need to know. I need to know."
Royal
gonna be so
family of
mad.
Monaco.
Yeah.
That's
because-
exactly how she sounds. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. No, because apparently there are a lot of trashy divorces and that, like Grace Kelly and all that.
So I have a fun Monaco fact, which
oh my god,
is
it's amazing.
I'm not sure you'll find that fun.
on the
but
fly.
Listeners might, yeah.
I mean, mine
That
wasn't a
is-
fun fact. it was
So
just
they have a
interesting.
football team in Monaco called AS Monaco.
Yeah.
And I think about 2013-14, they got bought by new owners,
Okay.
and they went crazy with signing like
Really badass people.
really big players and stuff like that. And they thought they could add so much money into it because Monaco has something about tax that you pay less of it
Tax
and things like
haven,
that.
right?
Yeah, that they could just get away without paying any tax on this football team.
Didn't work out.
And so they lost about a year, and then the French league were like, well, if you're going to play in our league, you're going to pay our taxes. So they
How did
then
they
had
do
to like sell a load of players.
Oops.
And now they're quite a good like academy side. They just have a really good academy that churns out young talent who plays well for them for a year, then gets signed to Paris Saint-Germain.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Shall I tell a joke?
Yeah. I thought that was a joke. The fact that you thought that was a fun fact.
Right, well,
But I'm
it's a fun fact for me.
Yes,
Um,
tell us your funny joke. Actually, before you do, let's do a quick shout out to one person that I know who has been listening to our podcast lately.
Who is?
My dear friend Haley. She really has been listening. She texts me questions. And,
We have a
comments.
listener
We have
who's
a listener
not
who
a blood
isn't-
relative. Come
I
on.
know. So thanks for listening, Haley. We love you.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah.
Probably. I don't know.
Thanks. Anyways, you can tell us your joke.
So I'll tell this joke. So I'm going to create a fictional wife for this joke because it's
Alright.
needed for the joke for me. So I'm in lockdown with the wife, and we have been thinking for a long time that, oh God, we're so annoying, we can't travel, we should travel more before, we can't travel. So one day I'm at home and my wife comes back.
All the days.
Yeah, obviously, my wife comes from the shops and she has picked up a world map and some darts. And so she puts the map.
We already said we're not getting a dartboard.
Yeah, she puts the map on the wall.
Okay.
She gives me the dart and goes, close your eyes, throw the dart at the map. Wherever it lands, we're going there for a full 2 weeks as soon as the pandemic is over. And this is very exciting. Travel.
I don't know.
Travel.
I don't like that idea.
So, well, it's a joke. It's not a real idea.
Telling you where I feel.
So she hands me the dart. It's very solemn. I close my eyes. I aim carefully at the dartboard, and I release. And I'm so excited to tell you, I'm going to be spending 2 weeks behind the fridge at the end of this pandemic.
As opposed to the 2 weeks you spent in front of the fridge during this pandemic.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pandemic jokes. If we can't laugh, we'll cry.
Stop. We're so lucky. It's been great.
Right. It's been real. Shall we sign off? I've been Ben.
I'm still Melissa.
Still Melissa. Can you confirm you're still Melissa?
For the moment. at
We've
least.
been from across the pond.
Send us your
soon.
emails. We haven't had any emails except from Podbean.
No, let's pretend we've got loads of emails and your emails could
To
join
be
it.
honest, I haven't checked it in a couple of days because it's usually quite sad.
There's probably been a deluge.
Stop this nonsense.
Right, shall we
Send
stop
us
talking?
an email if you want. From across the pond, pod@gmail.com. Did I get it right?
Nailed it.
Hell yeah. Alright, we will speak to you very soon. Probably in less than 10 days because that's a bit of a gap.
We'll chat to you on the later days.
Peace out. Bye.